Hard decisions rarely cost you in the moment. They cost you in the months that follow. You make the call, you step forward, you commit, and then resistance shows up. Not always publicly, not always dramatically, but steadily. This is Summit After the Storm podcast, and I'm Bart Wilbanks. Several years ago, a major storm wiped out critical resin production across the Gulf Coast. That storm was Hurricane Harvey. Supply chains tightened overnight. Contracts were declared force majeure. Phones were ringing constantly. Most companies froze. Some hoped contracts would protect them. I made different decisions. We would not rely solely on traditional domestic supply. We would secure international volumes in some cases. We would move aggressively to secure volume. We would pay premiums if we had to. It wasn't comfortable. It wasn't conventional. And it wasn't popular. And almost immediately, resistance showed up. Voices were raised. Questions were fired. And I was told point blank that I was going to shut down our operations at our largest manufacturing plant in the USA by the president of the company. The pressure wasn't subtle, but I didn't panic. I didn't snap back. I didn't defend myself emotionally. I simply asked for authority. I leveraged relationships, and I stayed strategic. My decision stood. But the real test wasn't in that meeting. It was the 6 months after. I didn't sleep much. Every shipment mattered. Every delay mattered. And every call could change everything. Resistance doesn't just argue once. It lingers. It follows you home. It wakes you up at 2 a.m. and it reminds you what's at stake. That's where courage gets refined. On Kilimanjaro, once you leave base camp for the summit push, you've already decided. There's no applause, there's no debate. There's wind, there's altitude, and there's doubt. The mountain doesn't test whether you can choose. It tests whether you can endure what follows next. The wind doesn't hit once, it stays. Altitude doesn't challenge you for 5 minutes. It lingers. And if you've committed to the climb, you don't turn back because it's uncomfortable. You hold the line. Poly. When Joshua stepped into a leadership role after Moses, the decision had already been made. He wasn't wondering whether to lead. He was already in charge. And that's when God said, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go." God didn't just say, because the road would be easy. He said, because resistance is coming. Courage wasn't about hype. It was about steadiness. Those 6 months taught me something that I didn't know about myself. Pressure doesn't create capacity. It reveals it. I learned that I could stay calm when someone else wasn't. I learned that I could carry weight longer than I thought. And I learned that resistance doesn't mean retreat. Sometimes it means you made the right call. The hardest part of leadership isn't making the decision. It's holding the line when someone tries to shake you. It's staying steady when the emails keep coming. It's sleeping lightly but standing firmly. And it's not collapsing under scrutiny. Courage isn't loud. It's sustained. If you're facing resistance right now, ask yourself this. Did I make this decision out of ego or conviction? If it was conviction, then hold the line. Not aggressively, not defensively, but steadily. Because sometimes the wind is confirmation that you've stepped onto higher ground. If this resonated with you, please follow the podcast on Spotify or check out summitafterstorm.com for more information on my book. Thank you for listening, and until next time, keep climbing. Poly.